Yes, you can create rolling credits in LumaFusion, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's get to it. First of all, big thank you to Rich Klein for the great idea on creating this video. Thanks for the comment, and make sure you subscribe and leave comments down below on things you might need in LumaFusion. When you start your new project, the first thing you need to do is go up to the gear, go to project settings, change your background color. And just the easiest way to do this is to go to this little box here and type in 00FF00. We're going to start rolling credits with a main title. Make this first timeline 15 seconds long. You can double click to edit, or you can use the toolbox and click edit. Go into your first text. We're going to use white. We're going to change the text to Evanar Heavy. We use the little writing tool to write credits. We can underline it here in the typing as long as we highlight it first. So we have to click, say select, and then you can underline your text, say done. When we're done, we're going to roll up inside the titles. And we're going to use underneath blur is an X and Y. We're going to use the Y and move this right to the top. I can just duplicate this. Now it's actually on top of itself. So I use this Y to bring credits down a little lower. Go to my writing tool. I don't want it underlined, so I undo that. And I'm going to write a Peppy Techie production. I actually want to change the text size. So I'm going to say done. I'm going to come back down here. Change the size of the text to a little smaller. I think 55 is perfect. I can move it up and down by again using the X and Y. The next thing I'm going to do is stay right within this box. I'm going to go back into the edit, unclick the highlighting, hit enter. I'm now going to put in my directed by, produced by, etc. I'm going to type that while I'm off screen. Okay, so now I've finished typing all of my stuff. Sometimes you get a period after directed by if you use the space bar. Don't use the tab. Use the space bar. And when you do, you have to back up a few times, and then eventually you don't get it. I've noticed everything that I want is on this screen. It can't overlap the green, so I've made it fit the way I want to. You could go into line spacing here if you wanted it to be reduced or a little wider here. Go to frame and fit, roll to the beginning. Hit my size and position. Use the Y position under size and position here. Use the Y position to bring this all the way down to the bottom. Hit the end mark on the timeline. Use that same Y position now to bring this all the way to the top. And now you have rolling credits. Now that's just one page, and you may have pages and pages that you need to do this way. So next thing we're going to do is, instead of typing this all the settings over, we've got everything set up. All I need to do is clone this, and now I can move it to where I've got narrated by. I'm going to move this to approximately about right here. We're going to click edit, and when you have all this, because you have two timelines on top of each other, to just see one, you click solo. And I'm going to change everything now from credits. We'll hit the little writing tool. I'll hit delete, and we're going to type starring. We already have that underlined. If you don't want it underlined, select it and unclick underline. I'm going to come back into this Peppy Techie production, hit the writing tool. What's written there isn't important. What's important is that I need the settings to be there. So I'm just going to select all of this, delete it, and now I'm going to type in the people that are starring. Okay, so now I have my stars. You may have 2 pages of these, but this is all I'm going to do. I can use my X and Y to move this up. I can use line spacing to give it a little bit more depth. Once I have that, now we're rolling, there's starring. So it just comes here. Here comes starring. And now, of course, I'm going to have my production crew. So I'm going to clone this one, move it down here, edit this, type in the names that you want. All right, now I've got my production team typed in. Everything's the way I'd like it. I'm going to go, and again, I can use any of the things I want, line spacing to give them more space or less space, whatever I need to do. Now what I've done is I put this on the main line, so when I came in here, this now has a lot of space in here. There's two things I can do. I can actually come to this first line and pull this back a little bit. And then production team will come right there. You could also move this line up here, but now you're losing space, and if you needed another line, you're going to need that third line on the timeline for creating something. So let's just say I wanted to have something like filmed on location. I could either add it to this one, or I could clone it, move it up to that third line up here, and put it in there. As it is, let's just go to this line. We did forget location. Now, as you can see, we've got a little problem in here, so I'm going to come into line spacing, pull that down a little bit. I can come to my X and Y, move that right to there, and that looks good. You can adjust things as you want to. I'm going to go to Save, Movie, Photos, and save it. Now that I've saved it, I'm going to start a new project, bring in my video that I just created. There's only one timeline. There it is, all is one movie. I'm now going to move it up to the next timeline, and I'm going to bring in a background video. Now that's not quite long enough, so of course I can also clone that, and it'll just continue. So I'm going to come to my green screen, click on Edit, make sure I'm in Color and Effects, go to the key, chroma keys, hit the green screen. Remember I showed you at the very beginning why 00FF00 was important. That's the green screen chroma key that LumaFusion uses. Now I'm going to roll my text forward. You can see it doesn't show perfectly. The first thing I bring down is brightness, as well as this hot range here and the saturation. There we go. You want to make sure you don't have any green showing. So if you pull it too far, you see the green edge. Bring it back till you don't, till you have it looking the way you want. And there's your rolling credits. Again, Rich Klein, thanks for the great idea. I'm so happy I could make a video on rolling credits in LumaFusion. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Hope you'll subscribe to the Peppy Techie channel. Please make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified when I make a new video. And leave your comments down below. Your questions, your thoughts, even your advice is much appreciated. And don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks for watching the Peppy Techie channel.